Hey guys, welcome back to the Paradise Gaming channel. Today we have the first video in our interview series and we are interviewing Casey Yang, who is a rapper based out of Florida in America, and we did come across some audio issues, but they will be fixed for the next one. The editing is just left kind of simple. Just enjoy. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Okay, so I've been trying to do a little bit of research around you from what I can find online, and you were born in Michigan, right?
Yes, sir.
And you moved to Florida how many years ago?
About 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And what was the sort of reason for that move? Was it music based, or was that just something you've wanted to do for a while?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So I was born in a town called. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah. So I was born in a city called Benton Harbor, Michigan.
Right.
That's where a lot of my family stays. It's on the southwest part of the state. And then I moved to Grand Rapids and kind of moved, back and forth.
Yeah.
Since then, and then yeah, I got an opportunity like 4 years ago to come to Florida to do music, and I was not passing that up.
Yep.
So
Okay, so
moved out here and have been out here ever since.
what was that opportunity? Because obviously I know there's a lot of places in America that are hot for music, like LA. Why Florida over, say, LA?
Right. The opportunity at the time was I had a management deal or opportunity with someone out here. I'm not really gonna get into who it was.
Yeah, of course.
Not really on the best of terms, but no, it was a great opportunity at the time, and
Yeah.
like I said, I was not passing it up. You know what I mean?
No. If something like that comes at you, you take it, don't you? No matter what. Especially with music, where it's just so hard to get your foot into anything these days.
Right. And it was tough too because I had made that jump by myself. So I was
yeah, that must have been a big thing.
I have people down here now, but when I first moved, it was completely by myself. So
yeah,
it was definitely not the easiest choice, but I had to do it.
Yeah. The music industry is a brutal one, so you've got to take some big steps to get where you want to be.
Right.
So with your style of music, it jumps from what I've listened to quite a lot. And also, we've got a few tracks on the channel. It jumps about a bit between sort of different styles. Do you see yourself as a certain style, or do you like to sort of progress and as your style sort of evolves over time?
How I see like R&B and like hip hop is like really under an umbrella. Like I see rap and everything pretty much under hip hop, like R&B and rap under the umbrella of hip hop.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like I started singing, but even when I first was, doing covers and first trying to figure out how to make music, like I was rapping and doing all that. So that kind of just transitioned as when I got older.
Yeah.
Like I just do whatever comes to me. If one record I want to, make an electronic type vibe, I'm gonna do that. The next record, if I want to do an aggressive, bravado type record, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So it just depends on really, bro, like the song and how I'm feeling then.
Yeah.
I just think my style. I hate to be put, like I hear this all the time, and I never really got it until it started happening to me. Like I hate to be put in a box.
Into one sort of category. Especially when you've got,
I want to do something.
You're not sort of at that level yet where people can sort of put you down to one genre. You can do whatever you want at this stage, can't you? So
exactly,
you might as well be creative whilst you can.
Right. I feel like there's times in growth too. Like if you look at a lot of big artists, like each album, usually their sound is a little bit different from the last. So I feel like putting somebody in a box is kind of dangerous in that sense because it's not allowing them to grow. Like I get wanting to be consistent, but it's also not allowing that artist to grow. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be that way.
Sorry, just focus up. So how I actually came about you was, I'm coming back. I just beat my dude. How I came about you was actually in a department store in London. This big sort of expensive department store. This dude had your song "Million" over the speakers that they had there, like showcasing obviously the sound and whatnot. And I was like, that's a sick song. I'm going to go over and speak to the guy and ask him what he's playing. And it was your song. It was "Million."
That's crazy.
And it was this, it's obviously you're a small artist. So I was like, that's kind of kind of cool that this guy's just obviously showcasing your music to this massive sort of huge expensive department store to loads of people. So that's actually how I came about you.
I didn't know that. We had played before, and I never really asked. How did you find out? That's crazy.
So that's quite cool. And I know you've obviously released a ton of music since. It's called Harrods. It's basically this just really old Harrods, 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 yeah.
Okay, Harrods, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just this old sort of really expensive department store in London. So obviously I know Million was quite a long time ago now, isn't it? So you've released a lot of music since then.
Sure.
Have you got sort of like a song of yours that is sort of special to you in some sort of way, or are they all? Is there one that sort of stands out to you? So I know as you write, obviously you have your like songs that maybe you have liked writing a little bit more or mean something. But is there one you've written that stands out?
So I feel like any song that I feel I pushed myself on when I made it is a favorite of mine. You know, whether it's just speaking on a topic that I was like, I'm not really comfortable speaking on this.
Yeah.
Or if it was just pushing myself
creatively,
skill wise.
Yeah.
So, like for example, or if it was just pushing myself, like Million was really me pushing myself in the sense of. Like I was hitting notes in it that I'm not used to hitting and everything. Drift was one that was like super personal to me. So like hitting on those topics was kind of tough to deal with, but needed to be done. So yeah, again, it depends on the record. Some records, you can just make and not necessarily have to put as much into, and then other records you have to.
Yeah, so some songs are sort of like a bit more fun, and then the others just sort of take a bit of a serious sort of element to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, it's a few that they tug at some heartstrings, and then some other ones, just like you said, like that are just fun, laid back records. So it just depends. It depends on the record. Oh snap! I almost got blasted.
You see something? Oh no, it's the Claymore, isn't it? Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, I think it's probably placed quite early.
You said that?
No, I didn't say it. I saw it. Should have mentioned it.
Oh.
Nearly got you blown. So yeah, to keep it on the sort of serious, I guess. Oh, that's close. That's quite close to me. Yeah, fighting going on down here. Probably a bad time to ask this question. Hold on. Let's just see if I can pin this dude. Might be able to get a view on him from the window. We die, but yeah, they've just headed in the house.
Letting them fire, or we engaging?
I think he's just headed in the house, so I think they're still finishing off the fight.
Oh,
yeah, I see him. Got one down. He's really low.
Oh, almost hit him.
Nice. Good stuff.
Team white.
They got loadout too. I don't know if I've gotten good. Okay, I might as well ask now. You can think about it if you need to. So, what's something in the music industry now that you'd want to see changing? I'll let you finish, obviously, Gulag first. Just because I can't even speak while I'm doing this.
Sure.
You got this.
Okay. Come on, dog.
To the right of you somewhere, yeah. Nice, good stuff.
Gotta punish him for that.
Good stuff.
Something that I would like to see change in the music industry.
I know there's been sort of a lot of there's a lot of stuff that I think they could obviously improve on, but
yeah. So I think as far as for everyone, that I think is kind of crazy when you really think about it, is like the payments, like the payout on the royalty percentage. That is crazy.
Yeah.
1,500, to a 1,500 of a penny. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
But just paying the artist more, like I feel like it's sad that not just in hip hop but just in music in general, like we're kind of accepting like
the artist is essentially just stinged.
yeah, like I feel like people accept the shadiness that
Yeah,
comes with the business, and it doesn't have to be that way.
yeah,
Unfortunately, it is. So I think just the shadiness in the business in general has got to change because people are, yeah, getting sick of and trying to find their own ways because they hate how
yeah. It has
other
been a
labels,
massive
how they treat people.
independent verse, big time label, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Essentially, in the last sort of few years,
Hmm.
especially, it's been swaying towards more and more independent labels.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I
And some
think,
of it
yeah,
is for the best because people are realizing that they can do a lot themselves. But, part of it is, like I said, people just feel like they're going to get cheated if they
yeah,
go the typical route. So I feel like that
in
can
which
definitely
the most
change.
part, from my experience, is that you do. Because when I had,
Hmm.
I don't know, a long time ago, we had a release on a relatively major label. They just sent you a check for 2 grand or something, and then they pretty much have all of the credits to it, pretty much everything else. And that was obviously a small track. It was nothing on the big scale, but anything from a small artist perspective, they're like, oh, we're going to just give you a little one-off fee. Anything we make is then ours. So it's, yeah,
Right.
I definitely understand
Yeah.
that.
Sure. And I just think, yeah, people in this industry probably feel like, well, I have to do it before they do it to me, type of mentality, like kind of a dog eat dog. And it's
No,
like,
yeah, yeah.
like I said before, it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it's a brutal, brutal
So yeah,
industry.
better precautions because I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's always the artist being a victim too, because there
Oh
are
no,
artists out here that
yeah,
are doing just as bad as some of the people higher up. So
yeah,
yeah,
of course,
better precautions to look out for like all parties.
yeah. So that was one thing you want to change. Is there anything else?
Um, think man, really what?
I'm sure. I think Chance the Rapper said something along the lines of what you just mentioned, which was about. I think it was a particular award or something that was at, I don't know whether it was the Grammys or what award show it was at, but he was put into sort of like an R&B reward when his music should have been in like the
Yeah,
pop award or something, because R&B was classed as black sort of. I can't remember the specific
yeah,
terms that were used, but he was put into a specific
yeah.
category because of essentially this color of his skin. When if he was white, he would have been in a different category. So I know he challenged that quite a lot.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's one thing that I'd look at, which you've already mentioned.
I think with a lot of this, like some people are genuinely trying to make it right and they just don't know how. And a lot
Yeah.
of people are still trying to understand us as a people, the industry itself.
Well,
And,
when you have a history of an industry that's lasted for so long and it's been stuck in the same ways, it takes time to change, doesn't it?
exactly.
Like anything.
It's a learning process. It's a
Yeah.
learning curve. So like, I just think it's not going to be an overnight process. I think every year, typically we have some type of like, change or like
Yeah.
push
Push
forward,
towards the
but
right direction.
it's not going to be overnight. That's part of what I was saying with like being boxed in, the amount of like miscategorizing or like just people passing up on an artist that should have won. You know,
Yeah.
like it's something that is definitely a lot better than it was,
100%.
50 years ago, but it's still not perfect and it still can be, you know, expounded upon incredibly.
Might just quickly grab me
Mark your
back
next
in.
station,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, got you. And with your creative process, do you have a structure to it, or do you just sit down and go, today I'm just gonna maybe think about writing, think about maybe finding a beat that I like that could. Do you have a specific sort of process, or is it different every sort
Right.
of time you write?
It's different in the sense of it just depends on how I feel that day. So, if I have a specific, there you go. If I have a specific topic that I know I
Thank
want to
you.
hit on, whether it's something happening that day or
Yeah,
recent recent flopping relationship, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'll know I'll have a specific topic to go into, but other times it doesn't just come to me, so I have to sit and figure it out. So what I do is, um, like I'll find a beat, for example, and then what I actually do is I record I record these takes of me trying to figure out the melody or how I want it to sound or whatever.
Yeah.
And once I find that, I go back in and I write to it. It's like a puzzle, you know what I'm saying? Like figuring it out.
Yeah, fill in the sort of gaps from.
Yeah, it's very, very, very rare, if any, that I have something that I like it might be a few lines here and there, but I never will go with the full song written before and then just go in because as soon as I start recording, I'm gonna want to change it.
Yeah.
I just know how I work.
Yeah. And I guess that's sort of come with obviously practice over time. The more you do, the more you get to sort of feel with how you work.
Right, exactly.
Let's watch out for storm there. I think it should be alright, but.
Oh damn, you are gone.
Yeah, I would jump to load out. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Oh, I've been sniped. Lovely.
Anybody's here. Where are you shooting from? Try to mark.
They're probably about here, but I'm going to dip your way and try and loop around the hill.
Right.
I'm going to need some plates in a sec. Yeah, they're over the other side of that hill. We might be right over here.
I have some shields if you want.
Oh, he's come for you. He's come for you. Got one.
Good stuff. He's coming right by that body, right by that. Right in the back of the storm.
Oh, shoot. Oh, you gas mask animation.
Ooh, should have let him die.
Gas mask animation screwed me up. Can't believe it. Oh well, run it again. So obviously American life and British life is very different. So what was it like growing up in Michigan? Tell me what it was like sort of early years, moving on to sort of teenage, and maybe even how that compares to what it's like in Florida now. You might see a difference between Michigan and Florida.
Right. Different. Very, very, very different. Tough, but I had a very good family looking out for me.
Yeah.
So it definitely could have been worse. Never complaining about that.
Yeah.
In Michigan, it's very. So I came from like a super, I guess you could say the hood of Michigan, and then moved to a very like suburban area. So I got to see kind of, two sides of living and two ways of living, which was a blessing for me and kind of like shaped who I am and being able to see. I'm always trying to look on, both sides of things.
Yeah.
I would say too that Michigan is very white and black, and I mean that literally in the sense of like it's not a lot of diversity up there. At least where I was at.
Sort of either
once I got to Florida,
the whites sort of stay the whites and the blacks stay with the blacks kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, then once I got to Florida in Grand Rapids, which is where I moved to, but for the most part, it's a very white-led city.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
So when I moved to Florida, it was like culture shock because like everyone is down here. Haitians, Jamaicans, Chinese, Spanish people, like any Asian. Like it's a melting pot down here for sure. So a lot of people grew up with that and they're used to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't. And I love that. I love getting to see like different cultures and like meeting different types of people. So yeah, just like culture is very different in the two states and just how they operate. So yeah, just like dope to see the differences in the two.
Yeah.
And just how they operate.
So early years in Michigan, what was your sort of like go-to things to do? Like, give me like a top 3.
So when I was home, I worked. I have a few different jobs, and that's really where I started making music first. So,
right.
I would either just hang out with friends, but then I was really still trying to figure out what I wanted to do musically or with my career in general. because I didn't always know I wanted to do music. I was still trying to figure it out back home. I
Yeah.
was going to school, going to college, doing the whole school thing, and then realized it was not for me. College was not for me.
Yeah.
Not that I couldn't do it. It just with what I had going on in life and what I thought I wanted to do at the time, it's just like
Yeah, your head was just somewhere else. Just heart wasn't in the
somewhere
whole learning
exactly.
thing.
That's the best way to say it. My head was elsewhere.
Yeah, I
Like
know that.
I would never be completing assignments and yeah, it just felt like I was in another place. So I gave that up and I was just talking to my people today. I almost went to the military. Glad I didn't do that. So I eventually, went back to my first, real love, which was music.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
respect that because
Yeah,
that's where it started.
I think I would have regretted if I didn't do music. Like, I can't imagine sort of being either sat at a desk or just not. I'm not built for that.
Hell no, hell no.
I need something sort of creative in my life.
I think somebody was on us too, so watch out.
Okay, I've got a UAV, so we good for a bit. Just take that.
I think somebody was on us too, so watch out. But yeah, once I was home and realized, okay, I really want to do this. Like I said before, once I got that opportunity, it was just kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
all gears go.
Pursue this,
We're doing pretty good on UAV, so we should be right for a bit.
They definitely shot at me, so
okay.
Yeah, watch out. Somebody definitely.
Just got to head try and find a decent buy station. So let's go artist-wise. What sort of artists have you grabbed inspiration from, or maybe you would like to work with in the future? Obviously,
I have. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, obviously, you have sort of like loads of guys you listened to as a kid, but is there anything that sort of stands out as somebody you'd want to work with and or have sort of derived a lot of inspiration from?
I grab inspiration, bro, from anybody that I like to listen to be honest. Whether they had a dope line at the time, whether they had a crazy melody, crazy cadence, just crazy song structure, whatever it is. Like I take it and I hear it and I apply it, or I just enjoy it. Like I just love listening to music. So, all the legends, Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, like anybody like that. Also, anybody that's in my field. So Usher, Omarion, Lloyd, like anybody that's in my field and has killed it and kind of paved the way for me to do what I do.
Yeah.
Draw inspiration from. As of now, one of my favorite artists was kind of like I was saying earlier, not really being boxed in and going a different direction this weekend, which is kind of dope seeing what he's doing.
Just gonna drop the load out back here.
Drake, Weekend.
Yeah, Weekend's killing it at the moment.
Yeah, bro, killing it right now.
And Drake's been killing it for time.
I'm really excited for what Drake's about to do with his project, and I'm super excited for Kendrick to drop. I'm really excited for what Drake's. It's been long enough, so
yeah,
definitely draw inspiration from all the greats, man.
Oh, you shit.
Oh.
Are they out on the floor? Yeah.
I'm dead.
Damn it. Okay.
He's on a railing.
Yeah, I see him. He's just sort of popped off. Just come back inside now. I can get you back in if need be. So you're not currently signed to a label, are you? Still independent?
No, I'm not.
No. So
I'm independent, bro.
I mean, my question's now going to be pretty much void. But I was going to say, how much creative control do you have over your music at the moment? Which is obviously 100%, isn't it? Really?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like when I was even when I was in the management, I still had creative control. That's what I'm blessed about. Like nobody was.
Yeah, nobody was telling you what to do.
Really trying to force me to, you know what I'm saying? Like I was able to make the music I really wanted to. There was a nudge to be like, what works and everything like that, but I was still me, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Now even more so in the sense of I'm completely independent. Nobody's pulling any string. Me, you know what I'm saying? Hit on. What? Oh, in front of
Well,
us.
look, I'll not get a finish on that guy. But yes, obviously you've got control over artwork. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Which you hope do you hope to sort of carry that through when maybe a label opportunity comes? Would you go to them like, hey, I want complete control over everything? Is that say if they wanted to? I guess there's a trade-off in there. If the label's saying, hey, we want you to sort of maybe follow this path or whatever, it's a label, isn't it?
Right.
Like they have benefits, massive benefits.
I do. Exactly. Yeah, I do definitely. Like, I think that's everyone's goal is to remain independent or keep that control. But I also don't want to be naive into thinking that, you know, they might not have a better option or a better choice, you know?
Yeah.
So, of course, if it feels like I'm compromising something and I am losing my say so, then you can hang that up. But if they have a better idea or a better way of pursuing or attacking something, then I don't want to be so naive just to think, oh, you know, your label, you have no idea what you're talking about. Because,
Yeah, because
obviously they've been around for years because they do have some type of understanding, you know.
yeah,
So it just really depends on who I'm with and what they're talking about at the end of the day. So you're still trying, huh?
go on.
Run back down. Is up there?
Yeah, so the other guy's sat inside this by the blue door. What's your thoughts on the whole TikTok influence in terms of, obviously we've seen a lot of smaller artists blowing up through TikTok. I mean, it's been huge, hasn't it? With
I'm not opposed to it. I think it definitely depends on what type of on what you're going for when it comes to the TikTok thing.
Yeah.
I also know that there are a lot of kids that obviously know what the hell they're doing on that app. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely not opposed to it. The app, just like any other platform, like if you know what you're doing and you know how to work it, all power to you. Like utilize that shit.
Yeah.
Make it work. There's no rules anymore, you know. And I actually think that a lot of those, I've seen a lot of them as of late that are actually funny as hell. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to TikTok.
From
I'm not personally on it yet.
Yeah.
But
from a label perspective, I think a lot of labels are pushing TikTok campaigns and getting, I don't know, dances and things done for it, or even contacting sort of influencers to dance to their music, because it's such a big platform now that if a song blows up on TikTok, it gets in the charts. We saw it with
exactly.
What's his name? My mind's gone blank. 24K Golden's Mood, that blew up on TikTok, went #1 across the world. And obviously 24K Golden's not a big time artist until sort of recent times, which again, his Valentino song was another TikTok song. So he's got TikTok to thank for, well, obviously it's hard work as well, but it's helped. Yeah, it's looking like that's been sort of a way to utilize growth in a way.
Getting it there. That's only the smart thing to do. They realize that, you know, these kids are killing this app right now, and we're gonna do anything it takes to get this guy to the top. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Killing this app right now, and that song took off out of nowhere too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're up here, and somebody landed down there.
Okay, yeah, I see him. Oh, he's doing a finisher.
Oh, almost hit him. Did I hit him?
I didn't get a kill, so he might just be sort of hiding a bit. Yeah, you go, I downed someone. Well, come on.
Good stuff.
Okay, quick fire. TV series or movies?
What's my favorite? Or just pick one?
Just go for it. Whatever comes first to your head.
TV series or movies? I would say Black Mirror, Inception, and also Tenet. That movie was crazy.
Hold on. Down the guy here. I'm gonna airstrike it. Oh, I think you're getting hit from behind you. Behind you.
What in the? Oh, they're up there.
Oh, he's got you. Damn it.
Down that roof,
It's my bad.
yeah. Bro, his aim was crazy.
Yeah, he was good. Actually, I didn't have a gun reloaded.
He hit me, bro. All 3 shots, he hit me. Bro, his aim was crazy.
Let me see if I can get some cash together.
He hit me, bro. All 3 shots, he hit me.
Come on. I mean, I'll do. It's not great. Oh, hello. It's 2 teams. Ah, you shoot. Yeah, we tried. Oh, I got a bootleg. Let's see if I win this. Very nice.
Good stuff.
So what I meant was, do you prefer TV series or movies? Not necessarily what ones. So just, I know you mentioned Inception, which is a dope film.
Hang on.
Sorry, yeah, it's loud at the moment.
Loud as shit.
Yeah.
That do I prefer, and then what did you say?
Obviously, Inception's a sick film, so yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, Inception is a sick movie. It just depends, bro. Like, I really like Marvel as of late, what they're doing, and as I don't know if you know, they went to TV series now.
Yeah.
So I would say movies over TV shows, but I do love a lot of different TV shows.
Just focusing up here.
$400.
On 4.
$400. Have you seen any of? Oh. For that boy. Have you seen?
It's got bloody self. No.
Heard I'm getting revived. They're coming. Heard I'm getting revived. They're coming.
Where'd he go?
Every time I've tried to do what you're doing right now, it makes me fall off the ladder and I die. So, props to you.
Okay, oh, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to focus up in a sec. But next one, Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Marvel, good.
That was easy.
Yeah.
And I love both, but Marvel takes.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, calling or texting?
That was easy. And I love both, but Marvel rather call, but I end up texting.
Oh, that wasn't good. Let's take his place away at least. Okay, it's supposed to be quick fire. I'm not very good at rattling them out whilst I'm trying to focus.
It's fine, bro.
Okay,
on your ass, so. Oh, can you jump through that window? Hell no.
do it yourself, you know.
Oh, can you jump through that window? Ooh. Yeah, he's sweating.
It's precision me. Please say I'm safe here. Nope. Balls. Wow. Should have jumped off. Oh, I didn't think. I should have jumped off.
Yeah, it happens, bro.
Okay, let's keep going with the quick fires. So, spending money or saving money?
I mean, of course, everybody wants to spend, but, you know, I'm going to be responsible and say save.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very rare that I spend money on stuff. Very rare. Tea or coffee? And tea is not a very American thing, so.
Well, I used to love drinking like berry tea.
Right.
I can't drink tea if it's just sweet. Like I need some like tartness to it.
Right.
But as of late, I've been tearing some coffee up. So I'm gonna say coffee.
What's your go-to coffee?
I need my coffee to be sweet, like cappuccinos, ice macchiatos, all that super
All that
sweet
caramelly stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need
I
I
got
need my
you.
coffee like that. So
Summer or winter?
winter's pretty to look at, terrible to be in. So I'm gonna go summer.
Agreed. Okay, I'm gonna presume you're an Apple, but I'm gonna say Apple or Android.
Apple. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to have Android till it started freezing on me every other day. So I went the Apple way and never went back.
Yeah. I've always been Android, never been Apple. But
Really?
yeah.
Last phone I had was S6. Samsung S6, which was fire. I love the phone, but like I said, Android always eventually gives me problems.
Yeah, yeah.
And also just because like I use Mac like computers, so it's a better ecosystem. When you get the iPhone versus trying to
Yeah,
push it
yeah,
up
I
on
feel
Android.
that.
So I just ended up sticking with that. But no, Android, certain Androids are fire. People always shit on them, but
I mean, yeah, if it does the job for what you want, then can't really argue against it, can you?
yeah.
Okay, we're not. Should be alright for. I don't think anyone came with us, so we should be okay.
Yeah. Why do you hate iPhone?
Don't hate it. I just think because I'm so used to a Samsung use face,
Why do you hate iPhone?
I think it would just take me so long to try and get used to it.
So what did you have? Did
So
you have
I've always been Samsung. So no, like throughout my whole life, I've been Samsung. Never been iPhone.
Oh, you had the Note.
I've had. It's usually been the S series, so I'm on an S10e now. Where I was like on an S something or other. But yeah, my old phone was again freezing, kind of sort of slow from time to time. So with my YouTube work and having to do emails and submissions and stuff on my phone all the time, I just bought myself a new phone. So I was like, it's just going to help in terms of just speeding things up.
I feel like their S series was their attempt of an answer to the iPhone.
Yeah, I think it pretty much was.
Very, very good attempt. Like I said, I love when I had the S6, which obviously you see how old that damn phone was, but
yeah,
like 2015. But when I had that phone was like super dope. The multitasking, which iPhone just introduced, which they still haven't done it as well as the S6 in my opinion, but they just introduced that, and we've had that since 2015. So
yeah.
I like the freedom of Android, but the stability of iPhone is why I stuck on.
Yeah, I agree with that. Again, have obviously a MacBook for work and whatnot, but I'd never really need anything with obviously a phone to sort of link. I'm not too sort of bothered about that side of it, so it just doesn't affect me. But obviously, for some people, that's personal preference, isn't it? So.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
How far are we off? 6400K.
If it ever comes to the point where I need to have two phones, I think my second phone, an Android.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Business, keep business iPhone, personal use Android, something.
Yeah.
Something
switch
like
it up. Okay, let's try and find a bit more cash. Okay, cats or dogs?
Something like that. Dogs. I love dogs. I wanted a dog so bad.
Me too.
When I first moved to Florida, actually, there was a dog. It was a husky pup. Had two different color eyes, a mutated eyes, a brown and a blue eye, and its name was Henny. Husky pup.
That's a good name.
So bad. Two different color eyes, a mutated eyes, a brown and a blue eye.
Yeah, huskies are.
But it didn't work out. Oh, I wanted him so bad.
Okay, Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram. Used to be a Twitter dude, and then Twitter to me started dying.
Just a lack of content or good content on it.
Instagram used to be a Twitter dude.
Is that what it was, or sort of?
I just
got bored
feel
of
like
it.
people. I know people are still there. Obviously, it's still a big platform where people just started migrating away. The people that I used to talk to, at least, and once they started migrating away, I was like, all right, well, I guess
I'll go
to the next thing.
Yeah.
It ended up being Instagram.
Yeah, I
Now
get
it's
that.
Clubhouse. Now I can't get my ass off of Clubhouse.
I've never really sort of done any kind of social medias, so I just stayed clear from pretty much all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just not my thing.
If I didn't have to really do it for work, yeah, fuck social media. But
Yeah, it's a messy place.
where we at? If I didn't have to really do it for.
Well, I don't want to get too deep again, but yeah, the whole generation of social media is just, it's kind of sad, disappointing where the world's going, but what can you do? Right, let's grab a loadout. Final quickfire was ice cream or donuts. That was the last one.
Ooh,
And that's probably the toughest one we've had.
What'd you say?
That's probably the toughest one we got.
Ooh, I don't know if you know the difference between what'd you say? Regular donut and a cake donut. But I love cake donuts, which are like the
You stop your cash
like harder. So like regular donuts are like, I don't know if you guys have Dunkin' Donuts out there.
No, but
like a regular strawberry donut or whatever.
Yeah, I've no.
So like regular donuts are like,
Thanks.
I don't know if you guys have and cake donuts are like, you know, like the powdered donuts.
Yeah. Oh, we got a threat coming towards us.
I don't like those necessarily, but those style, like the harder donuts like that, I love those.
Yeah. People here? Damn it. Well, that was a whitewash. Yeah. God.
Why is it doing that?
Did it freeze again?
Yeah, I was getting my loadout and it just froze.
Yeah, it happens to me every other loadout pretty much. It's annoying.
Yeah, I was getting my loadout. But I will say, I'm gonna have to go. Oh, I'm done. I'm gonna have to go ice cream for the simple fact of strawberry cheesecake or cheesequake ice cream from Dairy Queen is GOAT. That and cookies and cream, I don't care what nobody says. Strawberry cheesequake ice cream is GOAT.
Oh, I see them last.
So, with obviously your sound being developed over time, and would you say you're happy with the way you are musically? Do you think with your progress is
yes,
difficult to measure as such, but yeah.
Yes, but I still don't think I've made my best music yet.
Yeah, well, you've got obviously a long way to go.
Long way to go. And that thing is so dope to me because, you know, out of all the songs I've made to date, I still don't think that I've reached my full potential yet. I just think I'm just starting.
Yeah.
So whether that be getting in the studio, like you said earlier, with people that I really want to work with, whether that be being able to sit down with like true musicians and really crafting something from the ground up, whatever the case may be, I don't think I've reached that yet. So yeah, I think I'm not content. I'm happy with what I have now, but I'm hungry in the sense of I want to get to the better music, you know?
Yeah. And how would you measure sort of the point where you think, yeah, that's it, I've made it, or I've achieved it? Is that, say, maybe a top 10 single, or is that just like a collection of work where you go, yeah, this is it, this is the good stuff?
Right. I don't want anybody else's measurement to measure
it, so it wouldn't be like a top 10, because that's obviously,
yeah, like of course all of that would be dope, but
yeah,
I would want it's
more of a feeling, isn't it?
I'm gonna know. Yeah, I'm gonna know when I top myself. I'm gonna know when, like, okay, this is really the best thing I could possibly make.
Yeah.
And all that hopefully will bring everything that you're saying, accolades and billboard.
Yeah. Naturally, I think if you're proud of it, then obviously other people gravitate towards that as well.
I don't want to use that as a measurement of, okay, now I did what I'm supposed to do, because I know truly if I put my all into something.
What do you think you'd be doing if it wasn't for music?
Oh, that is a great question. So when I first was doing school, I was in there hoping to possibly do something in psychology because I really love how the mind works,
Yeah.
studying the mind, why people make the choices they make. And then once I realized how long you had to go to school for, and like I was telling you earlier, I just didn't think that was
Yeah.
in my path. No, I really love movies, so I wanted to be something, whether it was a director, whether it was creative storyboarding, something that was like to do like behind the scenes in music. I mean, movies.
Yeah.
And I still think that may be a natural like
Well, so you can put
path
that
for
into
me transitioning.
your own music videos as well, can't you? Obviously, storyboarding
Exactly.
your own music videos.
Yep. And I plan on doing that. Like I really want a set of music videos that connect and make sense together.
Yeah. Like the way
and that may be something that
sorry, yeah, the way Joanna Lucas does his is like, yeah. I love the way the sort of like Joanna Lucas, rapper.
Oh, okay.
Like just the way that he does all of his music videos and storyboards is just insane. So yeah, like I think music video can tell so much in terms of sort of what you want to get across to people.
Of course. Yep. 100%. I want, like I said, it'd be dope to get a short film off, but in the meantime, I definitely want music videos that make sense together.
Yeah.
I think that may be a natural like transition for me too, like as far as just doing stuff with my career. Whether I do decide to pursue film in the future or whatever. I think that's still in my path as far as being have something to do with the film at some point or another.
Yeah. I'm pulling up on this band here, but I need a plates badly. Yeah, so for me it was actually a toss up between business and music. I'd always been sort of quite good at businessy stuff, but it was just this being sat in a room doing lectures and tons of writing or going and playing about on a keyboard. And the other one seemed a lot more fun to me rather than the business. It's a massive risk, isn't it? Because at the end of it, music is tough.
Yeah.
You can come out of the degree. Well, I did. I came out of my degree not thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. I still have no clue what I'm doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, music's always a massive risk, but thankfully it paid off. And I got to do some cool stuff in my time.
Risk, yeah. But you knew what you wanted and you went for that.
Yeah. I'm struggling with that. There's somebody in front of us here. Hold on.
What happened?
I think there's a lot of people sort of around here, but 47 meters.
Yeah, they're above us.
Yeah. As long as they stay above us, we'll be right. Yeah, 12 meters above us.
Right here.
Shit.
Yeah, they're above us.
Come on. How many?
Who? Bruh.
Okay.
What? Who? Bruh.
Oh, I'm gonna struggle to beat them with my my gun here. I can't get in here, can I? Just sit here for now.
Text them boys. Stem text them. Kill both of them?
No, I shouldn't have ran.
Oh.
Dude, I don't like that gun that I'm using at the moment. Okay, someone above. Nice.
Right here. Somebody else is pulling up.
Yeah.
Somebody else is pulling up.
Well, team wipe, let's go.
Good shit.
Yeah, people down the end of here.
They're upstairs.
Yeah, they're down. Yeah, down the end of here.
Underneath you.
Good. Now we just gotta watch one side of the
Yeah.
building.
Oh, he's up. He's up here. He's up here.
Good. Now we just gotta watch one side of the. Just wait.
Yeah.
Shit.
I just lagged out.
Snap! They're all up here, bro. They're all up here.
Did they just come up the thing?
Shit. Oh,
I just lagged out so hard.
all up here. Got them all?
No, not yet.
I'm right here trying to get me.
Yeah, well. Guy, there we go. Guy was selfing somewhere.
Good shit. Watch out. There's somebody else that shot me too from. When the storm just keeps getting smaller, right?
Gone. Let's go.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
On that W again, baby.
Thank God we got him. That was good stuff. That was a good win.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. 8 kills I think I had. That was decent.
Huh?
I got it. 8 kills in the end though. Alright. Carry Bobby to a win. Alright. It has been an absolute pleasure. Go follow your boy on socials. Feel free to plug whatever you need to plug. Also, I got your music up on the channel, but yeah, it's been finally getting a win as well, which was good at the end. I think we'll call it there.
Again for the opportunity.
Yeah, all good. I will send you the video once it's out. Yeah, if you can send me... Yeah, go. Plug yourself, go.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody go stream that What Do I Owe project that's out right now. All platforms. You know where you got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everybody, thank you for watching and have a good day.
You're one in a million.